It says, is there anything we can do as citizens to protest about the Supreme Court?
I think there's much we need to do as citizens, not just to protest about the Supreme Court, but to protest what the Trump administration is doing. It's not hyperbole to say that since January 20th, we've seen unprecedented violations of the constitutional laws of the United States, unprecedented efforts to increase the power of the presidency without checks or balances, unprecedented efforts to use power for the sake of retribution. So, in terms of what we should do, first, I think it's really important that we be informed. I've heard so many people say that they've stopped reading the news or listening to it because it's too upsetting. We can't afford that now. And when we're informed, we have to help inform others. Second, it's really important that we be involved. There are so many organizations now that are bringing challenges to what the Trump administration is doing. And they are bringing the cases to the lower courts, and they're often winning in the lower courts. And the Supreme Court has only reversed in a handful of those. And so we can talk about what are the organizations like Protect Democracy, Democracy Forward, and ACLU, and Common Cause. And they can use volunteers and they can use financial support. And third, I think we have the obligation to speak up. And there's so many ways that we can do that. Letters to members of Congress and the Senate really make a difference. Opportunity for those who can write letters to the editor and op-eds to have their voice heard there. And rallies matter. The last No Kings rally was 7 million people. What if it was 70 million people? I believe the Supreme Court would pay attention to that. I believe Congress would. And of course, most of all, we have to be involved and express ourselves by voting. This coming year's elections are going to be so important.